Hi guys, I'm going to keep doing these little videos and hopefully they're valuable in some way, shape or form. This is my create a second page and just a little demo. So you'll all have this as well if you've copied it in. There's a field in each of the cards called tags or tags DB. And here is where you get to start creating tags. And the purpose of tags is rather than having like a page, is just in the way that you just create a tag in any piece of software. It's just a little piece of metadata that you whack on something. And so here I've created a 𝗵30 digital 2024.08 tag. So when I click that, this all pops up. And so I've tagged all of these ones, which were the 𝗵30 digitals, and you can see that here under each of the cards. So what is the point of this video? So I want to say thanks again for everybody that joined that run. I really enjoyed it. It was good for me. And I have to say, Clive just leading the charge was just, that's what I missed. I missed, for those that have bought the digital program, when you do it live, when Dickie and Cole did it live, you would be in these lists, and on Twitter or X, you'd be in this like the 𝗵30 list. And then not a lot of people were like focusing on LinkedIn when I was doing it, but LinkedIn is kind of like the hot space at the moment for creators. And just from a statistical perspective, there's a billion users, there's a billion accounts on LinkedIn. There's roughly about 315, 314 million active monthly users globally. And then of that, I think it's excuse me, I think it's something like 3 million, 1 or 3 million are creators, i.e. that is like they've got the creator status on their accounts. And all that means is that instead of a connect, you get a follow, and you can see when people are writing and stuff like that. Camera looks a bit wonky. Anyway, so that's the opportunity. And if you think about where you live in the world, I live in Australia, there's 25, 26 million people. There's 4 or 5 million people in Sydney, or like in Sydney, and then New South Wales is like, so that's the most. And of that, there'd be less than, I don't know, 100,000 to 300,000, maybe. Like there's not a lot of creators here. And so this kind of exposes you to the entire world. And if your content does go viral, then you're exposed. But I guess the goal here is not to go viral. The goal here is to be consistent. And that's what I picked up. It's like, I see all this stuff from like younger people. And, I think most of us are sort of about the same age. We're all sort of in that, we're all Gen Xers and onwards. And, and that whole thing of like, hey, learn to write a viral post. That's great. But you can write a viral post, and if you got nothing to back it up with, like, what was the point? Like, you don't have an offer, you don't have anything else for people to binge on, to, start to see if you've got some legitimacy in what you actually offer. So there's all of these things that you've got to consider, which you don't when you first start. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just on this journey where it's like, okay, what is the next thing? And so the next thing for me is I'm going to start building out my digital real estate, I suppose, so landing pages, courses, stuff like that. That's the whole purpose of you guys being in the I guess the beta, or the, how do I help you guys with content creation? And obviously that my thing is like the images, but it's not so much that, it's about the images and then fusing ideas, popular culture that you're into that would resonate with your audience. And then obviously the copy stuff you get from 𝗵30 for 30, and there's all these other apps and stuff like that. But from a monetization perspective, I just wanted to touch on this really quickly. Um, the fastest way that any one of us can generate income without having to sell services, like, do the whole thing and reach out and stuff like that, is through affiliates. And so what I urge you, all the newer people to do is go and get your affiliates. And if you don't want to, that's fine. But like, I would urge you to get your affiliates. And one of the biggest things that Ship 30 for 30 were great at is they would just get friends recommending the course to other friends, and they knew that this was a kind of a viral effect, and that's how they got so many people come in. Like, yes, they had all this cool stuff out, and their marketing funnel is like, it's next level. Like, you go through, there's so much value put through the automations and the content that you get through the emails and things like that. But ultimately, it comes down to like somebody saying, hey, man, you got to check out this course. And they just keep saying it, and they keep saying it, and they keep saying it. And then you send out an affiliate, and they sign up. And, so Adrian used one of my affiliates to jump on Ship 30. And he was talking, and I know Clive has had the same experience. And I know that not Vernon's had the same experience. And, Yanni, who's kind of worked on the backside, you'd probably know some of the secrets and the little things that they do there. But that was the whole thing. And so there are a bunch of affiliates. So there's a Ship 30 affiliate. There's and any other app, like if you're using Notion, join up to be a Notion partner or something. Or um I use EasyGen, so I signed up for that. I use um all the camera gear and stuff that I use, like Tella, the app that so I'm putting that all on YouTube with the affiliates and links, and I'm putting it back. And YouTube may be a little bit intimidating. It is for me, but I realize that the more I talk like this into the camera to you guys, I'm kind of doing the same thing, really. So I might as well just post it up on YouTube, and what, three people scuttle along and see my video and go, oh, that's kind of interesting. What's that? And they might click my link and they might follow me and stuff like that. But that's the whole idea. It's just like practice. Just practice in public. This is not going to get me fired from anything. This is not going to jeopardize my career or my professional, my personal. In fact, what it's going to do is people are going to come and ask me, go like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? And they're asking because they're curious, not because they think you're an idiot. They're asking because they're curious. So that's where I'm at. Get your affiliates done. And as far as the run in October, so first month in October, I'm going to do more videos and I'm going to post. So I'm going to feel kind of funny, but my attitude is, if I'm promoting Ship 30 for 30 and I'm getting you guys to promote Ship 30 for 30 in your network and you're using affiliates, then effectively we're not only helping ourselves through, making potential income through like a referral payment, but we are also supporting Colin Dickey's business, by producing more top of funnel. And, their focus now is on PGA. My focus is on my business, but my business relies highly on creating content on a regular basis. And the value that I get from being in this community is that when I speak to Clive, through a separate DM, or speak to Vernon or Aid, or I'm having a chat with Yanni, like, you get these like signals and input and stuff like that that you don't see when you're posting. And I'll say, this is amazing, that's great, or that's bad, or you should, and so you get this feedback that you sort of hypothesizing about, but when somebody else tells you in another part of the world on something that you thought, and they're saying, no, 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 it's good, you should keep doing that. But because you're not getting the like and you're not getting the impression count, there's something there. And that's effectively first-hand market research. You're getting validation in some way, shape, or form. And I'm not saying that that one thing will do, like, hey, I'm going to go spend, like $200,000 on investing in blah, blah. And because, no, I'm saying that if you've got a hypothesis and somebody else, somewhere else, is saying, no, this is good, you're onto something, that's worth a lot. That's worth a lot. That's why the guys at Ship 30, that's why a whole bunch of these, like, category pirates, all of these digital cohort online businesses, the ones that do very, very well in the creative space, that's why they're constantly giving you type share surveys. They're collecting data. What does this particular demographic want? Why do they want this? Why do they want that? And that's what you should be doing as well. You should be collecting data. You should be speaking to people. Somebody likes something, reach out and say, hey, thanks for connecting, or thanks for liking. And then when the time's right, ask them, hey, what did you like about this? Or, I noticed that we both follow the same, blah, blah, blah. So yeah. So anyway, I'm going to get my digital real estate up. If you haven't already downloaded and added my second brain thing, Notion template, please do. Then schedule, and I've updated the calendar link, so it's now just one of those evergreen links on calendar. So they're 15 minutes, book it in. I will honor that meeting whenever it's like 6 in the morning, if it's 11 o'clock at night. This is a labor of love that I need to see through. So do that. I'm going to take you behind the scenes. I'm going to build out one piece of content for you, record it, show it, and your style is going to be different to my style, but it's understanding how to harness these tools. And again, I'm not the master of everything. I'm just sharing what I've learned. So, if you learn something really cool, share it back. So anyway, have a great day. DM me your email if you haven't, so that I can add you to my Substack for the paid newsletter so that you get it for free. And when that comes out, it's going to be a weekly digest of like the stuff that I've done and what I'm learning and what I'm seeing in the market. And then add me to the Notion thing, which I'll add another button in this on YouTube and whatnot. So anyway, have a great day and speak to you soon.